people start to play against each other, against company, against law, against government, the more than it is now.
It should be on the company. They should be planning ahead and have enough people to be able to allow one person to go on holiday to exist. It's not a big ask for companies to be able to do that. You know, we shouldn't be having to work so hard and be put in a strenuous position where they cannot allow for you to go.
Please give your honest opinion about the Japanese work environment and the way Japanese people work compared to your country.
You hear in the West a lot of horror stories about Japanese working culture and bullying being very bad.
Okay, so thank you for your time today. I'm Lois. What's your name?
I am Leander and Ilona.
Okay. So, where are you guys from?
Poland. I'm from England.
England. Okay. So, how many are you traveling in Japan?
Yes, shortly, but yes. We're only here for 1 day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're leaving today.
1 day.
Yeah.
So total.
Total 1 day.
Oh, okay. So, I will ask you some question about the work environment in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Are you unemployed or self-employed?
We are both employed.
Yes.
Okay. And what's your job?
And the officer on a cargo ship around as well.
Yes.
So we are working at sea, not at shore, not in our countries. We travel actually all around the world.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. So we are going home today from our ship.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
that's why we only have 1 day today.
I see. And first question is paid holidays. In Japan, we have a minimum of 10 paid holidays for a year. After 6 months, we join the company. How many paid holidays do you get per year, and what's the legal minimum in your country?
I have no idea. I don't really know because as seafarers, we're more entitled to leave from our vessels. So I think on average, people have about, maybe 4 to 6 months leave? I don't know. You don't know?
I heard a lot of people from Europe, they say they have 4 weeks paid holidays per year.
I think it could be something like this, and it depends on how many days you have worked
Like that.
for the company or in your working life.
Because I think it also depends if you're working part-time or full-time.
Right.
Because if you work only part-time, I don't think you're entitled to it, but I'm not entirely sure.
It's okay. Thank you. And in Japan, according to some survey, paid holiday utilization rate is 60%, which ranks second worst in the world. Also, the majority of reason why people don't take it because they feel guilty for taking paid holidays while everyone is busy working. What do you think about this compared to your country? Do you feel guilty or some pressure to take paid holidays?
Not at all. No, I don't feel guilty at all if I go on holiday.
Yeah, I think that when people need it, they just use it because it's their right to do so. So, yes.
Yeah, just use their right.
I think that maybe in some companies where you are a little bit bullied, you may feel the pressure that you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't take paid holidays. But generally, if you have this right, you will use it.
That's true.
I think, I don't know if England is the same, but I do know a lot of countries, they actually force you to take your holiday just to prevent people from committing fraud, because you can easily cover something up for a long amount of time. If you are always doing that job, you can always be there, so no one can come in, take your job, audit you for a couple of days to see if anything's wrong or right. So I think it is important that people should take bar leave. Just from an ethical point of view. Even if you want to help the company, this is a good way to help the company.
Especially that also your efficiency is better when you are vested.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah. So we may think that if we will be working more and harder, we will be better, and it will be better for the company and for the results. But no, it will.
Yeah. So it's going to be high productivity if you take vacation. And how long do you usually take paid holidays continuously and connect together at one time?
It's about 1 to 2 weeks in Poland.
I think it's it's the same in England, I think. Obviously for us it's a bit different because we get a few months off. But we work when we work, we do 3.5 months continuous, working every single day. You don't get a day off. Yeah, exactly.
And most Japanese people are afraid of causing inconvenience to customers or coworkers by taking long vacation, like 1 week, 2 weeks. What do you think about what do people think about the inconvenience caused to customers or coworkers by taking long vacations in their country?
Same as with the paid holidays, you should use it. And people just use it because everybody has the same, or there's more the same amount of holidays to use. So it is obvious that in some period of the year there will be one person less at work in the office than up. So in the next 2 weeks there will be still one person less, but just different person.
Right.
And what holidays are planned in advance, so you don't tell your boss or your co-workers that just listen guys, next week I will not be here, enjoy, just you have to manage. No, holidays, especially the longer one, are planned in advance, so everybody is prepared for lack of one person.
Because it should be on the company. They should be planning ahead and have enough people to be able to allow one person to go on holiday for 2 weeks. It's not a big ask for companies to be able to do that. You know, you shouldn't be having to work so hard and be put in a strenuous position where they cannot allow for you to go.
Yeah.
If the company, if they don't have enough employees, they need to employ more people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very true. And regarding sick leaves, do you have sick leave in your country's law or in your country?
Yes, yeah. In my country, if you get ill, they will pay you while you're ill.
Yes, but it's not full paid period.
But some percent.
Yes, true.
And that's separate from paid holiday, right?
Yes, yes. It's so good, but you only get so many sick days per year.
And then,
Okay.
if you will go over this amount of days, you have to go for unpaid. Get it?
I think in the UK you need to have a doctor's note.
Yes.
And it's also illegal to not pay someone for their sick days. You can't require them to provide a sick note because it means people come in while they're seriously ill, but then everybody else is seriously ill. So prevent that.
Yes.
In Japan, there is no regulation about sick leave, so only 22% of the companies have sick leaves. So most Japanese people don't know about sick leaves. And what does it do? So it's separate from paid holidays, and it's paid some percentage amount of your salary, right?
I would assume so.
Yes.
All practicing.
Okay, and you need to submit doctor's certificate when you.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind in Poland, so, like it's everywhere. Like it's a right of every worker that you can take sick leaves if you need it, and if you have confirmation from the doctor that you are sick.
Is there a limit? How long do you have that study?
I'm not too sure. I don't know exactly how many, but I think that
So until you're secure, you can use.
There's I think maybe there's a limited amount of days, but I'm not too sure. Like if you get a long-term illness like cancer, maybe you get longer for something like that. Because you can't really expect somebody to work maybe a hard manual labor while they've got a very serious illness.
In Japan, if you get sick, have to take a day off for more than 4 days. You're covered by government insurance, but within 4 days, no payment. So, if you have a fever or get the flu, we often use our paid holiday. So people want to.
No. Imagine you work at a restaurant and you get the flu. You can't go to work. You know, I will be very annoyed if my chef has a contagious disease and is making my food. You shouldn't go to work.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially that like sickness is something which may happen to everybody and anytime.
Yeah,
we can't avoid it.
Yeah, it's a human thing to happen, you know. It's unavoidable.
That's very true. So that's one of the reasons why Japanese paid holiday utilization is low because people want to save their paid holidays just in case for when people get sick. Right. So then, please give your honest opinion about this. What would you happen if your country had the same system?
So probably wouldn't work out too well, and we would end up with a lot more sick people as well. So I think productivity overall would also go down because everybody's stressed and they're ill and they have to go to work when instead of just taking a bit of time off.
Yes, and people start to play against each other, against company, against law, against the government, even more than it is now, because they will feel treated unfair, and we should cooperate. We are one country, we are one company, one team, and like, if we see that the right is against us, why we will support it, why we help it, we will play against.
Right, that's very true. Yeah. About overtime, do you work overtime often?
Yes.
Okay.
In our work, yes,
every day. I think average 11 to 12 hour working day. Yeah, that's about normal.
11, 12, oh, that's a long day.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a different system.
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare to people working
Office,
daily.
yeah.
Yes.
Because we have the Maritime Labour Convention, and they're very strict about the amount of hours and rest periods that you can take. Our company is quite good for showing we have like a special management system, so you can't work too much.
Like, in Japan, there is the maximum overtime work is 45 hours per month in law. Do you think this is long compared to your country?
That is a lot. That is very much a lot.
So usually in your country, or if you have you ever heard of the family, like work overtime, like 45 hours per month? Never?
Not even close.
Oh,
to
right.
Just pure overtime? No.
Yeah, pure overtime.
Oh my
so it's in here 40, 8 hours in a day, 5 days in a week here.
Yeah.
So 40 hours plus 40, plus 45 per month is the maximum here.
So about 85 hour working days
Yeah,
average.
Right.
That's insane.
Yes,
No. Because surely if you're doing that much overtime all the time, every day, your productivity must go to zero. Like,
Yeah. Vertical.
how much work are you actually getting done in that time?
Japan's productivity rate
Yeah.
is very low, actually.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
Okay.
Not great.
Yeah. And also we have kind of like this. If you leave work on time, if you finish work, people think you are unmotivated. So people tend to choose work overtime because they are concerned about what others think of them and their reputation or evaluation. Is there kind of the same pressure or kind of the same thing about leaving the company on time?
I think it's not by finishing your work on time, but it's more about showing how hard you work. So a lot of people don't understand the phrase "work smarter, not harder," and yes, there is that pressure, but it's maybe not so much about overtime, but about showing how hard and how difficult your work is.
I see.
Yeah. I also think if you're working all this overtime and everything, but it shouldn't be about how much overtime you do, but like how many tasks you're actually completing. So if you complete all of your tasks that you are required to do for the day, and maybe even a little extra, but if you do it in time, go home. You know? Yeah.
And it depends if people are paid by time they spend on a work or by completed tasks. Because if it's paid by time, they don't want to finish their task earlier because they have to be at work anyway.
Right.
So it's no need for them to be in rush to do task quickly and to finish job earlier if they are paid by hours.
And there is also practice called unpaid overtime here, which employees do not get paid for working additional 15 or 13 or longer 1 hours. So some survey shows that about 40% of Japanese people work an average of 18 hours per month unpaid overtime. Is there any customs like that in your country?
Yes, but that's also considered wage theft by the company, and it's a type of fraud. So that's illegal.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Or your contract may include that your overtime are included in your wage salary. Doesn't matter how many overtime you do.
So have you ever heard of like unpaid overtime here? About of your friends or family or something like that?
What I know, for like sometimes my mum, she was pressured into doing unpaid overtime, but she would refuse or log the hours that she has actually worked. So it's quite common for people to turn around to the companies and tell them off for trying to force them to do this, and they can't retaliate against you. They shouldn't do.
Yes, I think that companies use this clause that saying about doing about your working overtime included in your salary. Yes, so we know, like we understand, we feel that it's unfair. We may feel be used by our company. But officially, on paper, they have a right.
That's it. Last question. Please give your honest opinion about the Japanese working climate, the way Japanese people work compared to your country.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to work for a Japanese company because you hear in the West a lot of horror stories about Japanese working culture and bullying being a very bad aspect as well in companies, and how you're expected to stay in the same company for your whole life. You're not given a chance to, see greener pastures in move on. So personally, I wouldn't work for a Japanese company.
Yeah.
I have the same opinion. Nothing to add.
So you don't have company expect you to have sacrifice to the company, contribute to the company. So do you have something like that in this country?
I think it depends on the individual goals. Because work shouldn't be our life goal, especially that if it isn't our passion, and it should help us to realize ourselves to complete our life goals, but it shouldn't be itself. Especially when we are pushed to think this way. Yeah. If I do a job which is my passion, yes, I would sacrifice myself and I would spend my life on it.
Yeah.
If not, I wouldn't like.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.